Good afternoon. My name is David Craig, and I'm with an organization that is probably the best kept business secret in America. I was with a banker last week, and in fact he's retired, and he has been in banking, he said, for over 20 years. He had never heard of SCORE. And I thought, well, all right, okay, well, we're kind of like right down the street from you, one of our chapters, but all right. So let me introduce you and kind of orientate you to what SCORE is, give you a little bit of a background, and I'll give you a little bit of a story, because Americans love stories too. We like hearing stories, right? And then I'll give you some opportunities on how to work with us going forward in the future. SCORE stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. And when I heard that 6 years ago, when I joined the organization, it resonated with me because I was about ready to retire. And I thought, wow, that's great. Retired, an organization for retired people. Well, that's a misnomer. We don't want to go by that anymore. We still say SCORE, but we don't spell it out. Because we basically look for people that are either fully retired, semi-retired, or still fully working and want to give something back to their community in the business world. So what SCORE does, just to keep it simple to the point, we have 3 initiatives. One, we try to help entrepreneurs, no matter what their age, open a business, get into a business, whatever their passion might be. 2, we try to assist owners of a business to expand their footprint, to expand to another level of effectiveness, or to open up other activities and diversify a little bit. And then 3, we help people who are wanting to get out of business and to do so with a profit. So we assist people to sustain or secede from business with a profit, also to expand their business and their footprint, and in many cases to open the business for the very first time. To give you a little bit of a history, 4 or 5 years ago, right about 4 to 5 years ago, SCORE made a commitment, a contract, if you will, with America, that we were going to assist 1 million new businesses to open over a 7-year period. That's pretty broad, right? That's pretty ambiguous, or I should say ambitious. And so, we've never had such a statement or a mission before, but what we were wanting to accomplish with that statement was to help the economy, the American economy. Because as any of us know, as small business runs, so does the economy of America. And the more we have in small businesses, more jobs that can be created, the more solid the economy can operate. So we've been on this journey for the last 3 years. We didn't start it immediately 4 or 5 years ago. It took us a year or 2 to get our legs under us. We feel that we'll be done with the 7-year program in 2016. 2016 we'll have completed 7 years. And we'll take a look to see how well we did. But I can tell you last year we helped 55,000 companies open for the very first time across America. And, yeah, it's a lot. And we're not even close to our goal yet. But the concept is, we're going to continue to work with those individuals. And we do so, oh, I should mention to you also that our services that we provide, the coaching, the mentoring, is absolutely free. So you may have someone that is telling you on the weekend, I'm tired of my job. Monday morning, I'm going to go down to the bank, and I'm going to tell that banker I need $100,000 to get started in a business. All right? You know that person. He's a family member, or she is. Well, the bankers want us in this position where we are because the bankers are going to have that conversation on Monday morning with so many people across the country who are coming in and saying, I want that $100,000 to start a new business. And the banker's going to ask them, all right, where's your business plan? And the person's going to say, well, I haven't put that together yet. The banker's going to say, all right, where's your marketing plan? I haven't put that together yet either. I still need that $100,000 though. Banker's going to say, fine, we're going to help you get that, but here's who we want you to see. And they're going to give that person the name and a number of a SCORE representative. And what we do at SCORE is we actually help these individuals put together their business plan. Because it's all up in their mind right now. It's all kind of like jumbled up, or maybe pieces of it are put together and out there. We bring it all together, the business plan, the words, as well as the numbers. And then we help a person get an actual marketing plan put together and the actual financial package. And like I said, we share workshops as well. We have a 5-part workshop series that's really catching on, let's say. This 5-part workshop series, the content of it is the equivalent of getting a mini MBA, Master's in Business, when you complete the full 5-part series. And what we do, we help people with self-esteem issues. Sometimes people say they want to run a business, but when you ask them, well, what's going to be your product, what's going to be your service, they're talking to the floor. Because they really don't have got a lot of confidence in themselves. That first session that they sit down of the 5-part series, we ask them, do what we call, tell us in 30 seconds or less, maybe even a minute, what is your purpose? What will be your product? And do it as if you were standing in the bottom of a entry level, getting ready to go onto an elevator, with maybe a very important individual. Tell that individual in 30 seconds or 60 seconds, no more than that, what your product and service is going to be before they get to the floor that they're going to go to. We call that the elevator speech. If you can impart what your purpose is in 30 to 60 seconds to a total stranger and get them captivated, get them interested, get them to maybe follow you as you're getting off the elevator, I want to know more, then you have become effective in developing and delivering information that will have people showing an interest in you. But that first session, we ask everyone in that very first session to share what they're going to be doing. And usually they're looking down at their notes, maybe not even looking up at you that first week, trying to explain it. The next week, we have them come back and they're doing concept pieces. What's the concept of your business? Have you done some competitive gathering out there, knowing what your competitors are doing? And, oh, by the way, give us your elevator speech. That next week, they're looking in your eyes, and maybe a couple of glances at their neighbor, and they give you a full 60 seconds of information. The next week, the third session, is all about marketing, how to get people to notice that your business is coming and going to be opening. And by that third week, they're definitely, the shoulders are not slumped, and they're looking up, and they're giving you this information, and they're talking. The fourth week, we bring in a CJ Slosser certified accountant. We actually bring in an accountant to do the numbers, put their numbers for the clients together for them, to help them with their numbers. They give their elevator speech to the CPA at that time, and now they're telling the CPA person about the SWOT, their SWOT, the strengths of their business, the weaknesses of the competition, the opportunity that they have in front of them, and any threats that are out there. And they're doing it with energy, right? The fifth and final session, kind of like the graduation week, we bring in bankers. We have a panel of bankers because we want a person to be really comfortable the next time they ask for that $100,000, that they will know exactly what the banker needs to see from them. All right? So when they give the elevator speech to the banker, it is like they've evolved. No longer are they looking at their paper. Now their shoulders are squared, their content is crisp and to the point, and they get the banker believing that this person is viable. This person's concept is something I should be taking a look at. All right? But in 5 weeks, there's that evolution, and it's just like, wow. They've really developed from not having a really good self-esteem to being able to take on the world. All right? I'm going to tell you a little quick story about a person that could have been one of our clients. I'm not going to say that he was, but this is the kind of people that we work with. We'll say that his name is Ray. because it was Ray. That was his name. And Ray was a blender and shaker salesperson. So he'd go around to restaurants, family-run restaurants, and he would sell blenders and milkshakes, make machines, if you will. And Ray was good at it. It was in San Diego, California. He was very good at what he did. He was in his 50s, early 50s. He came across two brothers that ran a family business, 4 or 5 locations. And what impressed Ray the most about the brothers' operation was how clean. There were 2 things that impressed him. How clean they ran the operation and how everything was uniform. How if you ordered fries, you got the same amount of fries all the way across. The patties, the hamburger patties, were the same size no matter what location you went to, and they tasted the same. All right? He liked that. He asked the brothers, because he started getting along well with them, could I be your spokesperson and market other locations that you want to open? The brothers said, sure, we'll let you open more locations for us. And he did. In fact, Ray invested in one of the locations himself, and he brought that location from San Diego, California, he franchised it to Skokie, Illinois. He bought the first location to Skokie. All right, great, great. They had a good relationship for another couple years, and Ray finally made a call to these brothers. Ray was about 54, my age, right now. And he said, how much would you take for your entire operation, all of your locations? How much money would you take for it? There was some talk back and forth. They had to kind of make several calls and decisions and everything, and Ray had to even agree that he would keep the brother's name, the family name, on the business. And they agreed to $3.2 million. $3.2 million, you can have all of our business, all of our processes. So Ray bought all of the processes, all of the locations. And he did keep his word and kept the name of the business on all the restaurants. And the rest of the story is that that individual, Ray, wasn't even interested in hamburgers. All he was interested in was getting his mixing machines and ice cream making machines into restaurants. But what happened was he backed into a successful opportunity, and that individual, his actual name was Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's. All right. We run into Ray Krocs, if you will, with SCORE on a daily basis. We don't know at the time when we meet them what their actual destiny, their passion, their dream will actually take them to, but sometimes we can just see in them just the way they describe what they want to accomplish, what they want to do. So going forward, if you wanted to help someone who is in the process of going into business kind of ass backwards, you might want to say, whoa, 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 don't do that. Find SCORE, score.org. Score.org is our national website. A person can go on that, put in their zip code, and they can find out what is the closest location to where they are, the closest SCORE office that can help them. And so what we are always looking for, because as I mentioned to you, we're an organization of about 13,000 people, all volunteers, either semi-retired, fully retired, or still working. What we're always looking for are people that have something to give back to the community. We're always looking for presenters, people that can be in front of our workshops and share information about maybe how to write a business plan, share information on marketing, share information on any aspect of a business. If you have something that you've already had the experience and can give it back, you don't even have to join SCORE. All you have to do is give us that 1 hour or 2 hours that it would take to provide the workshop. That's it. It's something that you can do that gives back to the community. And we also are looking for sponsors. We currently have about 6 banks. Our majority of sponsors are banks, and you can imagine why. But we do have lawyers, and we have CPAs, and we have other industries that sponsor us as well. And what we do is wherever we go, our sponsors go with us, and we're promoting them 24/7 on our website, and our website is southwestillinois.score, southwestillinois.score.org. and that's our local chapter here.